Hello and welcome to the news update on VOP TV. I'm Moses Humphrey. President Bola Tinubu is considering a temporary subsidy on petrol as crude oil prices and foreign exchange rates continue to soar. It was gathered that there is no final decision on the temporary subsidy yet. However, presidency sources stated that the proposal is firmly on the table as Nigerians continue to groan under harsh economic realities following the removal of petrol subsidy in May 2023. Already, labor unions have threatened to embark on an indefinite strike if the petrol price further surges. The federal government of Nigeria says it will file additional charges against the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, that's Godwin Emefiele. It was gathered that the Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, of the Federation, Mohammed Abubakar, spoke to journalists at the Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos State. Earlier, the federal government made an oral application to withdraw the charge of illegal possession of firearms against Emefiele. Operatives of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, and officials of the Nigerian Army have agreed to strengthen their partnership on traffic management in the state. This was disclosed when the general manager of LASMA, Bolaji Oreagba, played host to officials of the 9th Brigade Command of the Nigerian Army, led by Brigadier General Adegoke Adetuyi, on Tuesday at the LASMA headquarters in Oshodi. Oreagba noted that his personnel will continue to rely on the continuous support from the Nigerian Army and other security agencies across the state. He maintained that such occurrence would not repeat itself, as existing channel of communication would be maintained and additional new hotlines be explored by the two agencies to always resolve issues. Earlier in his address, the commander of the 9th Brigade of the Nigerian Army, Adetuyi, while noting that bad elements prosper when there is division among security agencies, stressed the need for more cordial collaboration and maximum cooperation between all government agencies, including LASMA. Adetuyi, while commending LASMA officials for their efforts, noted that the Nigerian Army, particularly the 9th Brigade Command, will continue to render support to LASMA on the roads and ensure safety of traffic managers in the discharge of their statutory duties. President Bola Tinubu yesterday mourned the death of troops killed by bandits in an ambush in the Shiroro area of Niger State, as well as the crash of a Nigerian Airfares helicopter in the state on Monday. The president, in a statement he personally signed, stated that the incident brought him immense sadness. This was as the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, vowed that the military would rid Niger State and other states of banditry and insurgency. The Air Force also lost its aircraft while on a rescue mission in the state on Monday. However, Abubakar noted that his service, in collaboration with the land force, will strengthen their operations. He vowed that the military, when its combat capabilities, will completely eradicate the criminals. The air chief attributed the Niger State attack to increased onslaught against the bandits. He also said the weather conditions have posed a challenge to the service's operations. Aviation workers in the security and logistics segments of the sector have vowed to down tools over poor remuneration, among other welfare issues. The workers under the aegis of the National Union of Air Transport Employees, NUATE, made the declaration in a letter addressed to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, and other employers in the sector. Employees in the security and logistics segment are responsible for the protection of parked aircraft on the airport's tarmac, processing of passengers, including checking of visas and other travel documents. If the unions begin the planned strike, it means international flights may be grounded. As of press time, this has not been confirmed as of press time. Well, as of press time yesterday, representatives of Nuwate and employers were still locked up in meetings in a last-minute effort to avert the strike. The letter signed by the General Secretary Nuwate, Ocheme Abba, highlights alleged extreme impoverishment of workers, inadequate compensation, and unfavorable employment contracts. The circular also calls upon the state councils and branches of Nuwate in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Enugu to ensure full compliance with the service withdrawal notice. Green Africa Airways has announced the launch of discounted flight tickets between Lagos and Ibadan. In an effort to ease traffic congestion on the Lagos-Ibadan expressway, in a post by the People's Democratic Party via its X handle, formerly known as Twitter, on Saturday, the Lagos-based airline had commenced flight ticket sales for as low as 6,500 naira. According to the statement, this development is among several efforts of the Oyo State government to improve the living conditions for the people of the state, residents and Nigerians in general. It also noted that in addition to the ongoing work and the development of the airport road, the governor had laid out intentions to expand the airport in his Omitutun 2.0 agenda. In business now, Nigeria's inflation rate rose to 24.08% in July 2023, up from 22.79% in the previous month. It was gathered that the latest figure is the seventh consecutive rise in the country's inflation rate this year. The National Bureau of Statistics disclosed this in its CPI reports for July 2023, released yesterday. In foreign news, deadly clashes between rival militia in Libya's capital have killed at least 27 persons and left residents trapped in their homes. The fight appears to be the most intense to shake Tripoli this year. The clashes erupted late on Monday between militiamen from the 444 Brigade and the Special Deterrence Force. Tensions flared after a senior commander of the 444 Brigade, Mahmoud Hamza, was allegedly detained by the rival group at an airport in Tripoli earlier in the day. The Libya's Emergency Medicine and Support Center, a medical body that is deployed during humanitarian disasters and wars, disclosed yesterday that more than 100 persons were injured in the fight. It's unclear how many of the dead were militiamen or civilians. Now, throughout the fight on Tuesday, the Health Ministry urged the warring sides to allow ambulance and emergency teams to enter the affected areas, primarily in the south of the city, and for blood to be sent to nearby hospitals. OPS Group, an organization for the aviation industry, mentioned that large number of aircraft departed from Tripoli due to the clashes. Inbound flights were being diverted to the nearby city of Misrata. Well, that's the news update on VOP TV. We'd like you to subscribe and engage us on YouTube. It's Voice of the People TV and on other social media channels. It is at VOP TV Live. I'm Moses Humphrey. Good morning.